What up, peeps? MuaHaHa coming at you. Today we're going to cover down on 10 tips that are going to make you an absolute pro at solid soccer. Tip number 1, do not ever kick off to your forward or mid player. These guys up on your midline do not need the ball starting off, or your defender's going to have a real easy time getting there and stealing the ball away, which is what you should be doing if you see your opponent kicking off to your mid or center field or your forward players. What you want to do is kick to the back. What happens is when you kick back to your back line, it gives your other players a chance to set up for some good passing opportunities, and then as you go up the line, you can pass it around, you can get positioned well enough to make a really good shot. Again, if you pass to your forward or your center right there, right when you get the ball, it's going to make for an easy steal, and if you can make that steal and you can slide a couple of times right after that, then within the first couple of seconds of a kickoff, you're going to be lined up to make your first goal. It's really going to be that easy, so do not place the ball there for your adversary. Tip number 2 is that when you get that runaway and you're ready to shoot for that goal, do not shoot mid-goal. If you try to put it in the middle of the goal, the goalie's going to block it, and it's not going to result very well for you. What you want to try to do is aim for the top left or the top right corner. Really, the top and bottom doesn't matter, but for the left or the right corner, get as close to that goal post as you can and put it in. If you hit the goal post and it comes back and you've got another player right there, you've got another shot. The goalie's going to have a really hard time blocking a shot going in that direction. Now, if the goalie does get lucky enough to block that shot, the block is probably going to hit the goalie and bounce off and go behind the goal, which is going to put you in a corner kick situation, which is great too. Tip number 3 is when you lose the ball and now you're kind of in a scramble, you're playing defense, keep calm and let auto select do its thing. Auto select is going to try to pick a player that's closest to the ball in your situation. If you let it pick, then you'll be in a good situation. If you're trying to force it a lot and you're trying to click and you're trying to drag and you're trying to slide tackle a lot, what can happen is you can start to queue up a lot of commands and you might get a little bit of game lag. Game lag will kill you in the game faster than anything else. So what you want to try to do is try to remain calm, find out where your adversary is going to place it, look at what his passing pattern is, and then anticipate where the next pass is going to go and try to get that defender there so that you can get the slide tackle as soon as that ball gets there. It's the best way to do it. Do not stress out. And don't forget, you can select the goalie. I see a lot of people forget that they can select the goalie, and if you have the goalie, you can select which direction they're going to dive to try to stop a shot, which is really valuable. Also, the goalie is almost impossible to slide tackle. So if the goalie gets the ball, you can take the goalie out quite a bit away from your goal box so that she can get a good shot out to another opponent or to another player, and you don't have to worry too much about him getting tackled. So what happens when you get in that corner kick situation? I tell you, I love when I've got a corner kick coming out because I've figured out how to dominate them. First of all, you want to aim to the center of the goal box. Try to put it right in front of the middle of the goal and right in that center goal box. Once you place it there, let auto select pick the player that it's coming to. It will, as soon as auto select picks that player, start getting that player to walk toward where the ball is coming. As soon as the ball enters in, quickly change the direction of where your player is aiming toward at the goal, even if it's the middle of the goal, because your goalie is usually going to be off to the side, and take the shot. Worst case scenario, it gets blocked by the goalie, or it hits the goal post and bounces back, and you probably got another shot. Very hard to defend against unless you know how. So tip number 5, how to defend against corner kicks. Usually when a corner kick's coming up, you usually have 1 or 2 defenders right there next to the goalie in the goal box. You want to select one of those defenders before the corner kick goes off. And just before the kick's about to land on your opponent, slide tackle. So you can try to get there, and if you do get it, you've got a chance to take control of the ball. If you can take control of the ball, if you can take possession of the ball off of a corner kick, it's going to be really hard for your adversary to catch back up with you because everybody, all of his team is right there at the goal box. You don't have much to worry about going down the line, and you usually have one of your own players down the line already, so you can get it down the field and they can start working toward the goal. Alright, for tip number 6, we're going to kind of step away from gameplay for a second and talk about some of the game dynamics itself. So for tip number 6, what do you want to spend your coins on? I'm going to tell you right now, the best deal in the game by far, without a doubt, is spending the coins on the cards that you win per match. Remember, now when you win a match, you get to flip one card for free. That's a given. The next card is 2 coins, and the third card is 3 more coins. So a total of 5 coins gives you all 3 cards. Compare that to what you get in the shop, 35 coins to unlock 3 cards, and that's you're losing money at that point. If you're having a hard time winning and you're just tired of losing, then yeah, that is an option. You are gonna have to go to the shop and buy cards there so that you can start upgrading your team. But by far the best deal for using your gold is by purchasing those 3 cards that you get. Make sure that you get all 3 of those cards that are offered to you when you win. Try not to pass those up as much as possible. That moves us on to tip number 7. Do not spend upgrade stars on regular players. The guys that you start out with, even your goalie, do not spend upgrade stars on them because they got a max potential of 1 star. Really not that worth it. What you want to do is wait until you start to get some star players. As soon as you start to get some star players that have like 3-star max stats, 3 and above max stats, those are the guys that you want to start investing in. Those are the guys you want to start spending stars in. Otherwise, you're going to have a bunch of 1 and 2 star average to mediocre players, and you're not going to have the stars you need to really upgrade your star players. So try to save those stars up for your star players. When you get those star players, especially if you've got somebody that's got a 5 stat on anything, then you want to spend your stars on upgrading that guy. And on to tip number 8, what's the most important trait when you are doing upgrades? I'll tell you by far, in my opinion, speed is the most important trait. I don't care if they're a striker, a center, or a defender, your number 1 trait is speed. Because if you've got good speed, you don't have to worry about tackles so much, especially those coming from behind. If you got a slow player, you've got to worry about tackles coming from any direction. If you got good speed, you can stay in front of people, you don't have to worry about that too much. And that brings us on to positioning. So tip number 9, where do you position what players? If you're going to position your team so that you've got the best alignment of troops or players, then you want your fastest players in center, you want your best shot, your strongest shots and forward, and you want your best tackles or as your defenders. So anybody on the center line should have great speed because they're going to be running most of the field. It's just like real soccer. If you guys know real soccer, then you know how this plays. You want your good shooters up in front because you can shoot from further range and you've got a better chance of making a goal. Also, if you're shooting a really strong player against a goalie that has not been upgraded very well, it can actually bounce off the goalie and still make it into the goal. So having a really strong shooter up at front is important. And likewise in the back, you want to have your strong tackles because that's your last line of defense. The only exception here is if your goalie has no shot power, has really weak shot power. That's my situation. My goalie's got a 4 reaction time. He's insane, but his shot power is terrible. He's only got like 1 shot power. So if somebody's coming in, they've got the ball in my area, my goalie's got it, I can't really clear the ball. I've got to send it off to somebody else. So I do keep one of my defenders with about a 3 or a 4-star tackle just because he's got like a 4-star shot rating and I can actually clear the ball out and away from the danger zone with that defender really well. And that brings us to number 10, which may sound a little cliche. I know that everybody says it in these videos, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Just have fun. Don't rage quit the game. Try not to play on unstable Wi-Fi and bad internet connection because it's gonna get frustrating. Every game has lag. Every PvP game has lag. I don't care if you're playing Vainglory or Clash Royale or League of Legends or whatever you're playing, you're gonna face lag at a certain time. Sometimes you get lag in this game, sometimes the pings jump out to like 200 milliseconds. If you're a techie, you understand what that means. I don't even really understand what that means, but your pings could be really long. If that happens, sometimes your moves can queue up. So if you're freaking out because you start to get some lag and you're clicking on people all over the place and you're dragging all over the place, then the lag catches up. You're gonna have like 3 players slide at one time and people running around. You don't want that situation. So keep calm, keep playing, let the game catch up. Know that there's gonna be lag, and if you're losing, you're doing bad, don't rage quit, don't get upset about the game. Just enjoy it, have fun. When you make the score, talk to the people, hit the little emoji. You know, I like to blow the little whistle with the confetti and stuff like that. When they score, clap for them, tell them good job, you know, give them the angry face. If you really want to be angry, that's fine too, but give them a thumbs up after, let them know that you're not really angry, but enjoy the game. It's a blast to play. As you get into it, man, the adrenaline starts pumping and everything, so I love the game, I enjoy it, I'm having a lot of fun. Does it get frustrating when you lose? Yeah, it gets so frustrating, You guys know, you guys play PvP, but don't get mad, man, just have fun with it. If you feel like you're starting to get frustrated with the game and everything, walk away, take a break. Alright peeps, those are the quick tips that I got for you, the 10 tips. You guys are gonna be so awesome at this game just because you are here and you saw this video. Can't wait for you guys to try it. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you haven't already done so, subscribe. We'll be bringing more content. Don't forget, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook. Links are in the description below. MuaHaHa out. My teeth almost look white with this light. What up, peeps? MuaHaHa coming at you with blah, 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 blah. What is up with that hair? What up, peeps? MuaHaHa coming at you with... Gosh dang it. I think I just spit. Ah. Black Pearl.